4 years ago, I was diagnosed with clinical depression, and I tell you this not as a way to get attention, but rather as a way to lay out the path to how I developed my passion. I wasn't sure whether this would be considered a cultural artifact or an art installation, but I decided my car was the one artifact to draw me to where I am and who I am today. During sophomore, junior, and senior year of high school, I struggled to find happiness in day-to-day life. I had no outlets or things that brought me a lot of joy until my junior year of high school. And during my junior year of high school, I found a group of friends that introduced me to cars and kind of what they had to offer me. My hometown is heavily involved in the car scene, so I'm one of many that are enthusiasts. And one time I came home and asked my dad about his car after learning that he'd already owned a sports car, which is the blue one right here. My dad was shocked that his 16-year-old daughter at the time was asking about his car, as he never imagined that. And he taught me that both him and my mom bought sport cars as their first car, so it wasn't uncommon that I was into it, even though my older sister is not. And after learning more about it, my dad decided when it was time and he was done with it, it would be passed down to me. And by the time I had received it, he had had it for quite some time. It needed quite a bit of work. I didn't have much money, and neither did my father, so I figured the best way to work on it and preserve its life is to do it myself. I saved a lot of money by learning how to work on my car, and by age 17, I knew the basics and did all the easy work myself. However, my father and I were both smart enough to realize that this car didn't have a lot of life left in it. It had around 220,000 miles by the time it was dead. So I decided I had to work for it. My battle with depression was hardest to fight at school, and high school resembled a trap for me as I felt I was taking a lot of useless classes. That was part of what enticed me about Cal Poly, was learn by doing mentality and that you start in major classes right away. So instead of focusing all my energy into school, I focused a lot of it into work. I was working 2 jobs full-time, 7 days a week throughout high school to save for my first car, and while some might not think that's the best way to spend your money, for me it was. 8 days before my 18th birthday, I bought myself my dream car, which is the silver car, and it's something not a lot of my friends have done. And while my car isn't the newest or nicest car out there, I've made it my own, and I've learned so much more about it. My parents were not a fan of my first car, however. My dad didn't think I would enjoy driving a manual in all the traffic I sat in, and my mom didn't think a 2-seater sports car was safe enough for me. However, they've grown to love it just as much as I have. And since I have to leave my car at home as a freshman at Cal Poly, my parents do find time to drive it around as they do enjoy it, and that'll continuously bring me closer to both my parents. This car has taught me many things: how to be motivated, more mechanical skills, and so much more. It's given me the gift of truly being able to appreciate what I have when I have worked so hard for it. And my car is the one artifact that's taught me more about myself than anyone else ever could. While the car I have now will not be my last, it's the one that's taught me love, dedication, and most of all, true happiness.
Okay. Ginger, how did that go compared to your first?
Better than the first one. I was probably less nervous, still more nervous than I would like to be, but this is a topic that means a lot to me, so it's a little easier to talk about.
Okay. What do you study?
I'm switching into construction management.
Okay.
From wine and viticulture.
Okay.
Yeah, quite a leap.
Yeah.
I get a wide reaction when I tell people that.
Okay.
But like construction management was what I applied to, and wine and vit was my second choice. So I got into my second choice, but might as well switch if I can get it done.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All righty. Okay. All righty. Talk to me about gestures.
I think I use gestures too much as like a nervous thing. So I'm kind of like, I have no plan with it, and like I think a lot of people, myself included, like I don't really remember what I do with the gestures. I'm just trying to get through it, so I honestly don't know. I'll have to watch the video and learn from that.
Okay. That's such a reasonable answer.